So the best artists I know, they primarily draw, professionally. But when you hear them talk about the act of drawing, the act of creation, it always, comes across as extremely fun. And drawing has always been a very fun activity to me. I've always tried my hardest to maintain the level of enjoyment I'm getting out of art itself. And I really appreciate that I'm allowed to create art, that the world has allowed for me to be in a position to create art. Only yesterday I was talking to a friend about how the iPad Pro is a pleasure to have. How damn near having a portable version of Photoshop, by the way, I'm talking about Procreate and not Photoshop. Portable Photoshop is rubbish and I don't think anyone should have to use that thing. I hope Adobe makes it better because Clip Studio Paint, the full application has been on the iPad Pro since 2018 when I got my iPad Pro, and that application is very powerful. I don't understand why Photoshop can't be on the iPad Pro, but hey, rant is over. Let's get back to the topic. But the idea of it being fun means that you will get limitless kind of possibilities and limitless amounts of exploration from it because you're going to keep playing. For example, a fighting game. I've recently, the past couple of years, me and my friends have started to play Street Fighter, started to learn how the game works, learn kind of different kind of forms and techniques for what things actually are. And there's limitless pathways when you play a fighting game. Yeah, someone always wins and loses, but there's limitless pathways because what happens is that any matchup, the amount of characters on the game make up a bunch of different matchups. And if there's 40 characters on a game, there's each character is a matchup for each character. You do the math, it's ridiculous, right? It's a ridiculous amount of things that go on. Same with art. There's a ridiculous amount of artistic styles. There's a ridiculous amount of subject matter. There's new photos being taken every day, so there's unlimited reference. And there's basically unlimited room for everyone to be themselves. And I think that is the thing that an artist at their foundation level doesn't understand. I think for the most part we think we have to be something or someone that isn't us, and we don't. Regardless of how you feel, you're going to have to put yourself in some kind of a genre, because regardless of what you think, all art is genre specific. There might be multi-genre art, but for the most part, if you're drawing a girl flying on a dragon, it's fantasy. If you're drawing a guy kicking a football, it's sports. If you're doing characters stood up, with a front pose and a back pose and a side pose, it's a character design or it's concept art. There is a bunch of different kind of interpretations of these different forms of art, but for the most part, they are they fit into a category, right? And you will have to do that artistically, but that does not mean you can't have fun, because each category is supremely fun within itself. So the meaning of this video and these short 5-minute videos is just to kind of talk about the fact that the fun that you have during your artistic process, you should always try your hardest to keep it up. And it will keep you creating. It will keep you keen to create. It will keep you in a place of bliss whilst creating, If your fun is creating worlds, if your fun is writing storylines, if your fun is, using cool colors, if your fun is drawing complex scenes, if your fun's perspective, we all have something that we love more than anything else artistically. I love most of those things I just mentioned. And that is why art has always been fun for me, because there's an unlimited amount of explorative pathways to go down. If you like mixing 3D with 2D, if you like the idea of making very simple blocky characters, there's a bunch of different pathways where you can go. So just keep it fun, keep it explorative, and still focus on the key aspects of who you are stylistically. Because for the most part, most people just have one style that they want to paint in. I would always recommend that, because I think it's more successful to do that. But either way, just keep it fun. The best artists, the most thriving artists today, are enjoying what they do. Ross draws, the Sam does arts, all these kinds of guys. Enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.